Today we are calculating volume of pyramids and cones. Now, we know that volume is the measure of the inside space, and we've learned before that every time you calculate volume, you calculate the area of the base and multiply it by its height. The problem with a pyramid and a cone is that the height curves in, whereas the prism, the height went straight up. For the pyramid, the height curves. For the cylinder, the height went straight up. For the cone, the height curves. Now, mathematicians have just calculated the amount of that curve. And always when we're finding volume of either the pyramids or the cones, we still do area of the base times the height, but then we actually always have to multiply it by 1/3. That 1/3 accounts for that curving in towards the top of the figure. So let's start with our pyramid. Now we know the pyramid can have different shapes for the bottom. So we're just going to take a look at a square pyramid here. So when we take a look at this square pyramid, we can see that one side is 5 and one side is 3. And then when we go to do our height, this is where we start to take a look at that altitude, that inside height. We have not used that before, but we use it with our volume. So when we take a look at that altitude where it goes from the tip all the way to the center of the bottom, we can see that's going to be our inside height, which is 4. Now, it's pretty easy to do this. Now, most kids don't like to work with fractions. So what I always do is multiplying by 1/3 is the same as dividing by 3. So I just like to set this up as an order of operation with division by 3. So first, my area of the base would be my 5 times 3. My height, which is that inside height, is going to be 4. And then I'm going to divide that by 3. I have to solve what's ever on top first. I'm going to go left to right. So 5 times 3 times 4 is 60. 60 divided by 3 is 20 inches cubed. So that means the space inside this pyramid would amount to 20 inches. And we remember we do cubed because that's our 3-dimensional measurement for that. So that would be this example. Now the cone works exactly the same way. We first find the area of the base, multiply it by that inside height or that altitude, and then we can divide it by 3. So my area, my base, well, my base is always a circle, so that's pi r squared. My height's just what they give me for that altitude, and then I'll divide by 3. So pi is 3.14. In this example, my radius is 15, which I'll square that, and my height is 8. So 15 squared is 225. So I'm going to multiply everything on top of that division bar first. So 3.14 times 225 times 8 is 5,652. I still haven't divided by 3, so that's my last step. So when I divide by 3, I get 1,884 inches cubed. Again, that's the measure of that inside space. That's how much this cone could hold inside of it. So it's not very difficult to calculate volume of pyramids and cones as long as you remember that you always have to just divide by 3, which is like taking 1/3 of that. So have fun with these and good luck. I know you'll do well.